The JD and Kris Show with Big.
My dudes, what is going on? It has been way too long. We got a lot of sports to talk about. Junior, government shutdown didn't affect you. You got your WNBA finals going on. JD had some iPad drama, looking like Nostradamus with his Chargers take from the other week. What's going on, JD? How you living, man?
Man, it's a good day to be a Duck fan, knowing that we got game day coming this Saturday, and they know you make me wanna shout. Hey,
Shout. Hey. Junior, what's going on, man? Speaking of cheaters, how you doing?
Oh my gosh, bro, whatever. I do not understand. You're right. I don't understand the Oregon shout thing. I think that is silly, bro. And I wonder,
Wisconsin has something though. Wisconsin has something, right?
do they still do it if like the Ducks are down like 3 scores or something like that?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because that's
hypes up
like
the crowd.
absolutely, but it doesn't happen.
Not often in Autzen. They don't lose a lot of games in Autzen. But we good out here, man. We good. Enjoying this fall weather, man. It's beautiful.
Right on, man. You make any food lately?
I did, and I talked about my soup last time on the show, but what I did do, heated up some of that leftover soup for lunch today, and then I just proceeded to like knock my entire bowl on the floor. So RIP to that soup, bro. I know, like
The worst.
I know, man. It was a sad lunch today, so I had to go and get some Taco Bell. Shout out Taco Bell though, bro. Never let me down. Okay.
Speaking of getting knocked on the ground, what's up with Penn State? They went into UCLA, who hadn't led for a single minute this year, and they just watered down our win in Happy Valley. Although I feel like it's kind of apples and oranges, because winning on the road, 100,000 fans, they hadn't lost. Like, it was a big matchup at the time. And then Penn State is hobbled. Their feelings are hurt. They're going across the country, playing in the sun. I don't know if they've ever seen the sun in Pennsylvania. Junior, I know that you kind of manifested this. You said that it would be good for the Big Ten, for UCLA to be good, and then they got good.
I mean, look, I couldn't even predicted this, man. I mean, I was on the fence about whether to even watch that game. I was like, all right, I'm gonna tune in for the first quarter and a half. Maybe we'll see what they doing. Maybe they can put up a fight. Maybe it'll just be a good game to watch, right? Maybe it'll just be a competitive game, and UCLA loses it at the end or whatever, And then after that, like first quarter, it's like, whoa, okay, like they coming out here to win this game. They went with the onside kick. I mean, when you see a successful sneak onside kick, I mean, that's too bad the NFL took it out of the game. But it's one of the most exciting plays to see, like, when a coach actually goes for it. Their coach said they were going for it regardless. He said the first time they kicked, they were doing a surprise onside. And apparently they saw the film. This dude left so early too. Like, it was bad, man. But that's just like that just shows kind of the way the state of Penn State right now, and their coaching, and they're maybe a little bit of undisciplined team. State of the state, bro. I'm with you though, Chris. It does water it down a little bit, but honestly, I don't think Oregon needs that. If Oregon does what they need to do and they handle business against everyone else, I don't think that beating Penn State, if they're not ranked by the end of the season, I don't think it's going to hurt them as far as playoff seeding or anything like that. So it is a talking point. It's a talking point, but I think at the end of the day, they'll be all right. But can we talk about Nico though? He's the offensive player of the week for the Big Ten and for like nationwide, the country. Like, I mean, he was like, almost 500 total yards, 5 total touchdowns. Some of that Nico that you thought you were going to get when he transferred from Tennessee, I would say that he was never really part of the problem. I mean, he wasn't part of the solution to why they would win games, but he was playing solid throughout the season. And then he kind of showcased. But what happened is they lost. I don't know if y'all know, but UCLA lost their offensive coordinator in the middle of that week. So Jerry Neuheisel he found out he was going to call plays on Tuesday that week and just implemented a game plan, and it was a really successful game plan against Penn State. So we're not going to be able to say this very often, but hey, hats off to UCLA, man. They went in, they went in the Rose Bowl.
You held down that mic for a good 4 minutes right there. You are excited. Chitano,
bro,
what's going on, man? You got to take on Penn State, UCLA. Any of the college games from over the weekend?
Yeah, I think it's a great microcosm of when you lose one game, sometimes you lose the next one by default because you just mentally still stuck in last week. And that is what happened with Penn State and James Franklin. We know that Penn State is the almighty. Drew Aller, preseason, whatever. Dude is womp. Play the sound. You know what I mean? And Nico, you played well. Shout out to Neuheisel. He played at UCLA for his dad and being able to full circle moment, call the plays. And it's a big win. It doesn't hurt Oregon because at the time,
Exactly.
Penn State was number 2 or 3, so I believe that.
And it was on the road in a whiteout, and everyone was talking mess,
there's so many factors, but it's good for UCLA to get a win. Look, what they say, the temporary coach for UCLA has more top 5 wins, top 10 wins against teams than James Franklin does. So,
hey, facts.
Enough said about college football as a whole. I mean, Alabama, get some revenge against Vanderbilt. Dion out here run around on the field with one shoe on.
Sounds like you got some
players, T's and P's for coach, as they say.
Yeah.
We'll see this weekend. Like I said, Florida and Florida State, Miami. Carson Beck, he looks serious out here. Florida State, they're solid, but Miami.
I need Carson Beck to lay an egg one of these weeks because right now I'm selfishly eyeing down another Heisman in Eugene. Right now they're tied. Vegas odds plus 600 for Carson Beck and for Dante Moore. Ty Simpson's right there. Jeremiah Smith's still there. Julian Sayin keeps climbing.
You know who's not going there? Arch. They go to Florida and just
bro,
he looks like he's seen
the
deer
clock
in the headlights.
management. You're supposed
Billy
to be
Napier
smart if
just
you're a
saved
Manning
his
too.
job. Hey, Billy
he's
Napier
taking
just
sacks
saved his
instead
job.
of throwing. He needs to maybe just find a new sport. Go play baseball.
He is not who we thought he was. Like his granddaddy said, he gonna come back to college. You better stay on ass in college, boy. You better get some strength.
Exactly. Yeah. He needs to. Maybe he transferred up to Oregon when Dante becomes the number 1 pick in the draft next year. Did you guys see that? He's projected number 1 draft pick. If he comes out, he's not going to come out. But if he came out, they're saying he would go number 1. They're saying shades of Jaden Daniels, even though I think he's more of a Mariota. Jaden Daniels.
No,
as good as Mariota.
Okay, let's get something straight here, Chris. These guys are not Heisman Trophy winners. Dante is great, but he ain't running no 4.5 like Mariota was and blazing by people. Mariota had wheels. Mariota had 20 plus touchdowns, bro, rushing.
Yeah,
Mariota
still got
no,
it.
I'm not saying he's not.
Ball.
I'm not saying who's better or who's worse. I am just saying right now on ESPN, Field Yates, Mel Kiper Jr. are saying Dante would go number 1. Field Yates said he reminds him of a Jaden Daniels. Not as fast, body type, crafty, can make throws on the run, has the poise. I do the comparison to Mariota just because they look the same, and it gives me the same comfort as a Ducks fan knowing that dude has the ball in crunch time.
Yeah, he can throw the ball better than probably Jaden and Mariota, though. I mean, at least from the looks of it, I think we need a bigger sample. The thing with Moore is that we just need to see more games played. Like,
and that's why he can't go out. That's why he can't go to NFL.
Yeah, I don't want to anoint someone. I don't want to anoint someone when they only have 5 college games started, or 6, whatever if you count UCLA and stuff. Like, that's tough to do, man.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is he's getting national hype, and I am here for it.
Yeah.
For the record, players who get drafted early, right, at the quarterback position that don't have a certain amount of college starts, they don't pan out very well.
Yeah. Historically,
in the
they
NFL.
don't do well. Yeah.
It is been known.
Neither do Oregon quarterbacks in the NFL. So
I know that's why I want to slow your roll in the Mariota comparison, because Mariota's a great college quarterback. He was a below average NFL quarterback.
Once they leave the nest,
he won a playoff game.
Bye, Birdie. Like I will root for you, but while you're wearing a Ducks uniform, I want you to be the best possible player. That's what bugged me so much about Herbert was he was strong, he was solid, but he wasn't nationally acclaimed as a Heisman candidate quarterback. The like running line on him was that he's going to be a great NFL quarterback, which at the time I was like, I don't give a fuck because right now I want him to be great. They were right.
Yeah.
And
that was more on coaching though, man. That was more on coaching than anything though, man. They would just if they would have let Herbert just sling it, man, they should let him throw the ball 30 times a game, but they only let him throw the ball like 15 times a game. It's like, how you supposed to produce when you're doing that, man? Like, I mean, that was a lot of coaching, I think. And that was a just conservative offensive system that he played in. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, imagine Herbert playing for Dan the Man.
Right.
The human cocaine.
Yeah. You got it, boys.
Hey, I don't want to talk about it, even though I'm wearing Seattle gear right now. There's a college in Seattle right now that wears purple and gold. And someone on the show thinks they might need to be ranked.
Well, someone in the country thinks they might need to be ranked because they did get 10 votes this week on the AP Top 25 poll. So the Washington Huskies, I don't know how they're not ranked considering how well they played against Ohio State the week before, and then coming back from being 20 down to beat.
That was crazy.
Maryland or something.
That was crazy because I just turned it off. I was like, they took the L and watched the Mariners game.
I know. I checked it on the score. I was going to turn it on because I was late. And then I saw the score and I was like, oh, I'm not turning on the UW game. They're done. But that quarterback they got, he's squirrely out there, man. He can run around. He can throw the ball a little bit. And Jed Fish is proving himself that he's one of those guys that kind of just wins everywhere he goes. I mean, you're winning at Arizona. You can probably win at some other places. So I think we need to put a little bit of respect on Washington's name because they're proving that they can play in the Big Ten right now, man.
And you know what that does? It just strengthens the schedule for the Ducks.
Right.
They play up here on November 29th, I think. I've had my finger on the buy button for tickets for about a month now. I'm trying to get Gitano to get a plug. He's dragging his feet. I might just pull the trigger and ask Gitano to come up and maybe tailgate and hang out in the parking lot. We'll see.
Yeah, and not just strength of schedule.
We might be going to the game.
Yeah.
That's why I'm dragging my feet.
Okay.
We might be going to the game.
Let's go.
Okay.
They throw breadcrumbs at us up there, man. I love it.
Okay.
Oh, I love it. That's the one thing I remember when I was walking by. I was like, okay.
I was like, why are you throwing bread? Oh, Ducks.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying though, Chris, it's not just strength of schedule that you want, because I think Oregon's going to be fine either way. But I mean, you want Oregon to play some competition leading up to the playoffs, right? Like you want
to sharpen their team.
Yeah, like you want them to get some good run, man. Playing a bunch of scrubs going into the playoffs doesn't help you, right? And you don't want to lose any games, but you don't want to be playing 40-point blowouts all season, right? Like you want teams like the Huskies who can come and give you a tough run and you pull away in the fourth quarter or something like that to really build up that team,
Or the Penn State
got to build up those calluses.
When Penn State was good. Yeah. Speaking of tough competition, it's not late in the season, but as Gitano alluded to, we got game day coming to Eugene. We got Indiana, who is good at football for some reason the last couple of years. Their quarterback is steadily, I think, like 8th in Heisman odds. Is there any reason to be nervous? Are they a threat? Are they going to build up those calluses? Gitano, what do you got?
Every team's a threat. You got to take every team serious. No days off. We as a program know that we have probably a little bit better talent, but like the movie, any given Saturday. So if you don't come prepared, if you're lackadaisical in your prep, you will be got. I mean, that's just what it is. So I think that Oregon has everybody's attention. We're not coming around, we're not the little guy. We are the big dog. So this is their Super Bowl. We're not Ohio State, but we're Oregon now, and again, the added pressure of game day. And the forecast says maybe a little sprinkle of rain. So,
rain at Autzen Stadium.
Yeah, it never rains in Autzen Stadium.
But, it could be a little bit of moisture out there. So, it's an equalizer, folks.
Well, here's why I say they are a bit of a threat, and it's because they have solid quarterback play. We all know how hard it is to come into Autzen and get a game. but you got a chance if you got some quarterback play, and they have that. So they got one of the best quarterbacks in the country right now. We'll see how it shakes out, but they really do. And that's something that is always a threat. I mean, look at what Penix did, right? I don't think Washington was actually the better team or any of those losses for Oregon, but those days they had a better quarterback.
I don't want to talk about it.
And
I don't want to talk about it.
I know, but I'm just saying.
And they had a good kicker.
They did. But for Indiana, they got a great coach. That dude is, one of the hottest coaches in the country right now, and they got a good quarterback. So they do got a chance. But here's one thing I know: Dan Lanning gonna make sure his team is ready to play, and they ain't gonna be overlooking nobody. So that's the one thing that I do know.
Human 8-ball. Full of cocaine. Speaking of college football, let's move along to our stud of the week and bum of the week. I saw something on my television on Saturday and I had to rewind it, and it actually kind of messed up. I had to rewind it a couple of times, but I recorded it specifically for this. I don't know if you guys saw this because not many people watched the Texas Tech Houston game. Take a look at this D tackle right here, all right? Face mask called. Helmet comes off. Wait for it.
Okay.
You want to know a football guy? Oh, I'm still coming after you, baby. I'm still coming. And I'm going to lay hat.
My God.
Afro. Bro, no helmet. That almost like sped him up. Like he lost his helmet and then he was like, coming after you.
Nah, that's doing too much, man.
That's doing a lot, but that is my stud of the week. He actually got penalized for it. The guy got a personal foul for his helmet being off, and it was offset because the offensive lineman grabbed his face mask and ripped it off. So offsetting penalties. That is my stud of the week. The young man playing defensive tackle for Texas Tech, pure football guy.
That's hard.
My bum of the
That's
week.
hard.
My bum of the week is the Philadelphia Eagles. And not just because they lost, but because this was a long time coming. They have been outgained every single week through 5 weeks. They have not been the defending Super Bowl champs that they should be. And this is a little teaser, a little Easter egg for one of the Stump the JD questions later on, JD. But yeah, the Eagles, I think Saquon ran it 3 times in the entire second half. Something's going on with the offensive coordinator there. He was not the guy for the job. Players have been chirping all year. It finally came to a head. If he still has his job in a week, I would be shocked. Junior, who's your bum and your stud?
Well, I just want to touch on that a little bit, Chris. I think it was 1 carry for Saquon in the second half. Man, it might have
was
been
it 1.
Well, I mean, it was very very few. Because I saw like the interview, they asked him that, and I think it was 1. Man, maybe they got 3 touches total or something in the second half. Maybe that's what it was.
And it wasn't like they were playing from behind and had to pass.
900 yards this year.
Yeah.
No, he's on pace for 900 yards.
Yeah, that's what happens when you run for 16 or almost 2,000 or whatever, man. It's like it never fails. It never fails, man. But here's how I knew. You could have.
Who's your bum and stud of the week?
Hold on, man.
Yeah.
Chris is talking about the Eagles. I would have known the Eagles lost if you would have told me one stat line that Jalen Hurts threw the ball over 30 times or something like that. Like anytime Jalen Hurts is throwing the ball over 30 times, the Eagles losing that game, man. Like I like Jalen a lot.
On that Hail Mary too.
Yeah.
They could have won the game if dudes weren't fighting over it. They're 2 best receivers.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, Jalen, he's not the guy you want throwing 40 times. It's just not his style. Okay. Anyway, my bum of the week is Oregon State Beavers, bro. Like they lost to Appalachian, right? They could have been bum of the week every week so far this season, but like especially like going to App State and just getting kind of dominated. I know the score was close, but like it don't matter, man. Like and then they fire the scapegoat. They fire the special teams coordinator today. Like y'all are in shambles right now.
That's funny when that happens, bro.
I know.
That's not the first time that's happened recently either.
Like y'all are in shambles, man. I need my guy Ryan Gunderson to get it together over there as offensive coordinator and help Malik Murphy out and then score some points.
Ryan Gunderson
man.
from Central Catholic is their coordinator?
Yes.
He's their OC.
Yeah, he is. He is. I know. It ain't looking good for him. But the only thing that and the coach Trent Bray is just he seems like he's in over his head as a coach, man. So anyway,
have they been a threat since Mike Riley left?
Yeah, because they had Jonathan Smith. Jonathan Smith was ranked. They were in the hunt for the Pac-12 title the last year he was there. So in his recruiting, like he was getting players to come to Oregon State for no damn reason. Like I don't know how he was doing it, but he was doing it anyway.
Ukulele there.
I know.
Yeah,
he was paying people.
Yeah, well, I mean,
pre NIL.
What they're doing now, then
beta testing the NIL.
But they got all that Pac-12 buyout or like lawsuit money that they just aren't putting it to good use, man. Like anyway,
they're just sitting on it. The GM of the team quit or resigned.
Yeah, they're in shambles.
Hey, it's an agriculture school. It's not a finance school.
Yeah, it is.
Sure.
But stud of the week, since I've been dogging them a few times, it's got to be my Las Vegas Aces going up 2-0 in the finals.
You haven't been dogging them. You've been on their nuts, bro.
No, I have, bro. They were my bum of the week.
They don't have nuts, Chris.
They were honorary. They were honorary once, an actual bum of the week. Okay, Chris, mute that, bro. Cut that.
But
Cut
I
that.
know it wasn't correct. Yeah.
So they're up 2-0. Aces in 4. JD, what do you got, man?
Man, my bum of the week is the entire Arizona football program down there at the Cardinals. I don't get why.
Not just the running back
weeks. It's the whole team. Because, hold up. If you didn't watch the tape against Indianapolis, the guy dropping the ball, right? This should have been first thing when we watching on when we're
every
whatever
single
day you come,
offensive player.
When we come back to meetings on Wednesday, let's just say Wednesday, because you don't have meetings until Wednesday. The first thing I'm doing, and I'm showing my team, don't be this guy. And then it happens again. And
two in a row is wild. 2 in a row is wild.
And the dude has had 3 touchdowns in 3 years. It's not like he has any reason to trot into the end zone.
They got a lucky fumble, sea of hands type of fumble touchdown. Raiders dropped.
Yeah.
Because the Raiders played in all the great games in Lure, or I guess you call it the Holy Roller or Sea of Hands, whichever one you want to call it, Junior. I think it's a mix of both because the ball got batted around and Tyler Lockett, I think, got it.
It's more like the Holy Roller, but yeah.
And then my stud of the week, I'm going to go with Stephon. He was on it, man. Okay. Stephon, 10 catches, 145, 150 to go into Buffalo with Drake May. This is his first big game since remember, he's coming off of a knee injury.
Yeah, he had 100 yards last week, though, so this is 2 weeks in a row for him, 100 yards, but he had a better game this week still, though. Yeah.
I saw a Stephon when he caught a couple slants and he did a step back and then planted and went upfield. He made a defender miss. That let me know.
It's a revenge game, though.
Well, he was in Houston, but he had a little wiggle to it, though. Yeah. That's what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Though? You know why, JD? It's because he got
that Cardi B.
He got back together with Cardi B, bro.
I don't know if they ever got broken up, but she was courtside or field side. You know what I'm saying? Pregnant as ever, but.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the New England Patriots who are saying they got one in Drake May. Drake May looks solid.
Yeah, I wish they didn't, but he does. He does look solid.
But hold up, real quick though. What about that loss to the Raiders though?
I know. Well, that's first week of the season. Anything can happen, man. You don't know what Chip Kelly's gonna do. You don't know.
First week of the season.
Yeah, you don't know, man. You just don't know.
Let's go ahead and segue then. We're going to go NFL, but let's just go straight into the Raiders, man. Go ahead, vent. I'm not even going to be mean that much.
Hey.
Just go ahead, guys.
Can I go first, Junior?
Go.
Can I go first?
Man. Go.
Ashton Genty starting to look like that guy, and Geno Smith is playing with a blindfold on.
Yes. I mean,
he got the backwards helmet.
So here's the thing. I posed the question is like, are we the worst team in football now that Carolina got to win, now that the Titans got to win? Like, we're the same record as those teams, right? So like, are the Raiders the worst team in football? And I'm going to say no, simply because the Titans, they play the Raiders this week. So we'll see, Chris. We gonna see. Yeah, Chris. Yes, exactly.
That's your new
exactly.
logo.
But see, so here's the thing. If the Raiders have even just mediocre or like below average quarterback play, they win at least one more game and maybe two. But they've had some of the worst quarterback play in the league from a guy who's supposed to be, top 15 quarterback in the league. Like, Chris, you can hate on Geno Smith all you want with the Seahawks, but if we had Seahawks Geno Smith, the Raiders, we'd have 3 wins right now. I don't know what the hell's going on with that guy, but he has regressed beyond belief. And I don't know that we can save us right now. I asked the question also, is it time to blow it up? Should the Raiders go full rebuild? And I want to say yes, but then I also want to go, well, if Geno can just play average or mediocre, they can win some more games, and then maybe you can, learn the system more next year in the offseason and bounce back, and then, they got a competent quarterback. But man, it's so damn, it's depressing being a Raiders fan, man. It just sucks.
But we went into Indianapolis and got the drum beat off of us by Daniel Jones. Yeah. Jonathan Taylor out here doing the thizzle dance every time he gets a touchdown.
To everybody, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is, but I mean,
we played Indy close the last couple of years though. Because we played them there.
But they didn't have Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Okay, it's bad when fucking Anthony Richards gets in the game. I was like, man, turn this shit off.
No, it's bad. It's embarrassing, is what it is, man. Like, they should feel embarrassed. And like Pete come on the press conference talking about, I'm not used to this. I'm not used to this. I thought we'd be, we'd have got it going by now. And it's like, yeah, nigga, but you didn't. So what are you gonna do, man? Like, for real? Like, this rah rah shit only works if you win it.
What if he was just like,
no? And listen, hold up, but let's go back to a couple of things that we saw the previous week, though, Junior. I like where Chip Kelly's with the ball.
Yeah.
Brock didn't play this week.
It's true.
However, Max and those boys, Pratt, the linebacker, we cut him.
Yeah, they got exposed.
Jamal Adams, you're too small, Chris. Didn't give one of these, Chris, but I can't figure out what is the fix. Obviously, we can point to the quarterback, but when the quarterback has put the ball in the player's hands, guys have fumbled and dropped the ball. Oh, it's a collective. You win as a team and you lose as a team. So as much as we want to put it on Geno, he didn't give up 70 points.
Yeah, but the thing is, it all feeds together. If your offense can't get anything going, it keeps your defense on the field.
We know it all feeds together. It's all got to be one symbiosis, but at the same time,
yeah, but you can't
the defense can still be a dog and not let these motherfuckers bark up the field.
Nah, bro, you got 8 interceptions in the first 4 games, bro, or 5 games.
I'm trying to give us some credit for something, though.
That's
all right. No more Raider talk, Chris.
No,
we're done. We're good.
Okay, let's move on. Hey, you know what I want to say,
Raiders
though?
are cooked.
Well, yeah, I could have told you that.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold's way better than Geno Smith. So the fact that you had the audacity to ask that question multiple times of who would I rather have. Did you see Sam Darnold's stats? Like 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, only threw that pick. Granted, it was at the very worst time possible because it bounced off the lineman's helmet. But yeah, did you guys watch the Seahawks Bucs yesterday? I told you not to get too high.
Great throwback uni game.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Both in their 50th year anniversary.
Hey, but question though, when it's nice and sunny out, Lumen Field sucks to watch a game because the shadows on the field make it really hard to watch. I'm talking about it from I can't imagine watching the visual game there, but on TV, it's hard to watch because those uniforms were so white, and then the silver uniforms, and then just the glare because it was beautiful in Seattle yesterday. Yeah. I mean, obviously you're there, Chris, but on TV, it looked amazing. But on a visual aspect, it doesn't look like it's a great watch.
That's right. We did have what happened sports on national TV yesterday.
What happened to the Seahawks defense, though, bro? I mean, I've been talking them up for 3 weeks on this show, and then they just go out and do that, man.
You jinxed them.
You might say that. Okay, you might say that. All right, but JD did talk up Baker,
I didn't watch
though,
the full game.
And Baker did it again. Okay.
Baker did it again, but here's the thing. Okay, there's 2 schools of thought. One is you're not playing winning football. You're allowing yourself to play at a lower level, knowing that you can come back and do some magic at the last minute and win the game like they've done 4 times. Or the other school of thought is you have the confidence to know we're never out of it.
That's that Patrick Mahomes. Yes, I think that's Baker in a nutshell. But I'll say this about Tampa Bay. Even though he's not the Super Bowl winning quarterback, this team believes that they are because a lot of players played with Tom Brady. So I think it bleeds in from every aspect, from the coaching staff to the quarterback. And we know Baker's got the moxie
that his nuts just, they dangle from the ground.
They barely fit in his
also,
uniform. I was looking. Pause.
But
pause. Hold up. He just said that. Pause.
Bro, but also there's an element of luck, right? You can't win 5 games.
Is it luck if it
and
keeps
the last
happening?
Okay.
Hey, hard work. Hey, it's got to find you working though, June.
I understand what you're saying, but like every year there's teams that have this incredible luck, and the next year it doesn't translate, right?
Minnesota had it last year.
Look at the 2016
Kansas
Raiders.
City.
2016 Raiders, JD. Their defense was subpar.
We're done talking about the Raiders. You try to sneak it back in there.
No, because this is the one positive we've had in like 20 years, right? So the 2016 run, their defense was mediocre to bad, but they had timely turnovers. They kept getting the turnovers that they needed to be able to win games. So like, I think the Bucs are just playing they're playing with fire there, and I don't think it's sustainable. But maybe for a season it can be. And so Baker's doing the most with it. So I mean, I'm not saying there's not skill there. Baker's making it count.
Who is right now? I haven't even looked who the favorites are, but these are just, to me, who are the names floating around for MVP. Give me your prediction week 5 between Baker Mayfield, Daniel Jones, and Dak Prescott. Those 3 dudes, even though Dak doesn't have the record, he is putting that, he is kind of making Jerry Jones look a little smart.
I mean, come on, bro. You already know who I'm going with, man. Let's get Mafia, bro. Let's go, Dak. Like, I mean, come on, bro. Like, let's go.
Well, you got the Cowboys pick. The Cowboys pick still has legs.
And, Dak's just a likable guy, man. Like, he's hard to hate, bro. You've seen him in, like, the Lowe's commercials and stuff. He does a really good job in those. Like, he's actually got a little bit of, like, charisma and acting to him. I didn't know he had that
in his interviews, too.
Yeah, he's just a good dude, man. He's easy to root for, regardless of Jerry Jones and how you feel about him. But I agree that Baker, like, stats-wise, he is leading the race. But, they're asking Dak to do a lot, bro. Tampa Bay's not asking Baker to do what Dak's doing.
That's not sustainable.
Yeah.
But I think... JD, I want to hear your pick. I want it to be Baker, but I think it might be Daniel Jones if he keeps this up.
There's no way it's Daniel Jones, but
he's been the story of the year.
Let me tell you,
JD.
Cinderella. I think it's got to be Daniel Jones because it doesn't come from anywhere. I think that sports writers, like Gino said, I didn't write him back. Well, obviously Daniel Jones didn't write him back because he found a home. And remember, Indianapolis is... this is the 8th quarterback that last 8 years since Andrew Luck retired. Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers, Joe Flacco.
Matt Ryan.
They've gone through a gamut of players, AR, but Daniel Jones has looked really well. Like I said, they're a muff ball drop from beating the Rams. They gave the game away, so they'd be the only undefeated team. And let's be honest, Houston ain't very good. Tennessee's trash. Their division is not that great, so they can rack up 5 wins just in their division. Now you're at 12, 13 wins overall. How are you not?
Who's a dark horse?
Real quick though.
Go ahead.
Both players are in the AFC and NFC South. Both South divisions are boo-boo.
Trash, yeah. But I think that actually hurts their MVP odds, to be honest, playing in a trash
Tom
division.
Brady played in the AFC East and won MVP every year, and not one AFC East team was ever competitive against him, bro.
Aaron Rodgers won MVP a couple of those years too, bro, so I'm cool.
Okay, but how many MVPs Tom Brady got, and he played in the AFC East?
I don't know how many Tom Brady's MVP
Buffalo
has.
and the Jets were all trash. Bro, Buffalo just now got good.
Yeah,
None of those teams made it to the playoffs when Tom Brady was there.
But they
For
always
20
played
years.
a hard schedule. They always played a hard schedule because they made it to the Super Bowl or divisional round. So like they always had a tough non-conference schedule
again,
as
you
well.
said they made it to
but
the
that's
Super
a regular
Bowl.
season award.
MVP is a regular season. And again, their division was trash. Bro, I bet Tom Brady's interdivision record for those 20 years at New England will never be matched because he played against the worst franchises for 20 years.
Okay.
All 3 of them.
Okay, Chris, you had something to add though. What do you got?
No, I was just wondering if you guys hear that. Do you hear that?
JD and Stump the JD. Stump the JD. Stump the JD.
JD, man, I think I got you, man. I have 3 quick ones for you. I think you'll get at least 2 of them. So, speaking of a quarterback carousel, our guy Dylan Gabriel started for the Browns yesterday. He did pretty good. They didn't get the win.
But you know what? If he played the games that Joe didn't play, no. If he played the games that Joe played, the Cleveland may have another win or two because he played well.
And their defense is still
well. Okay, you're stalling.
Okay.
Their defense was on the waiver wire in our fantasy league, and I grabbed them last week.
That's a fire pickup.
Hey, so JD, since the Browns went back to Cleveland in '99, how many different starting quarterbacks have they had, and how many games have they won in their first start? Those blank number of quarterbacks.
This is a crazy number. I can't name them all, but I can give you the likes of a Ken Dorsey to.
I mean, you don't have to name them. No. Just the number. You can give me a
Jason
ballpark
Campbell,
number.
Deshaun Watson, Tim Crouch.
I hear Junior Googling things.
Peterman.
Stupid.
So you're asking how many games?
I knew.
Did they win in their first place? So
how many different starting quarterbacks have they had since they went back to Cleveland?
I'm going to say it's got to be in the 50s. I don't know the exact number.
In the 50s?
I haven't seen it.
It's not that high.
Bro, in 1999, that was 26 years ago.
So you already got stumped then?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you the number.
That's a really tough one, though. Come on.
Okay,
Unless I watched SportsCenter and saw it, I'm not going to be able to write down each year
what they had on SportsCenter was how many starting quarterbacks they've had since they were good, and the number was like 42. But since they moved back to Cleveland in '99, they've had 17 different quarterbacks start for them. Now, the question I want you to answer is, what is the record of those 17 quarterbacks in their first start?
They're 5-12.
Like 1-16.
0-17.
Yeah. Okay. I knew it was gonna be. I knew it was.
They've never won one.
Starting quarterback in his first start for the Browns since they moved back to Cleveland has won a game. That's nuts. Okay, I mean, second one.
We talk a lot about being a Raiders fan, but like imagine being a Cleveland Browns fan too, though, bro. Like it's
my boss at T-Mobile was, and we text all the time. Yeah. I told him from day one, you need to start Dylan Gabriel. And he's a short guy, and then he's always making short jokes. And I'm
Shout out to the Short Kings, Chris.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's Short Kings, baby.
All right, rapid fire. Sorry, Chris.
Okay, speaking of shitty teams, the Jets.
Sending the text. Hold up. Let's give him some context there. This guy gives us a picture of him like he's at the doctor's office. Like, we don't know what the verification is here. You could have just went up to the joint and took a picture. See, guys, I'm 6'1". Ain't nobody verifying nothing. Ain't no blue
KJ
check,
was
ain't
there.
No green check. So he's like, look, Dad, listen.
It wasn't even my appointment. They measured KJ, and I was like, let me get up in this boat. The Jets have 0 forced turnovers this year through 5 games. Who was the last team to have 0 turnovers forced through 5 games? Either who was the team or what year?
I don't be watching TV to get these stats anymore because this is how you get them right here. Last team, fuck it, the Raiders.
Yes, exactly what I was going to say.
Hey, my bad, bro. That was kind of dirty. It's never been done before. In 100 years, it's never been done. Nobody has not forced a turnover in 5.
See what I'm saying, Junior?
That one was dirty. That one was dirty.
Hey,
Mission Impossible fucking stats.
Okay. Yeah, you can't.
I can't
this
even
one has been
win
done.
to lose.
Okay. This one is good.
But if it had been done, it would have been the Raiders, though. Let's just put on record.
Yeah. That's where I was going with it. Junior, I went with the Raiders because I knew he was going to throw some type of subliminal jab in there.
Yeah.
Talking shit. I'm like, well, who else is going to be? The Raiders.
No, I know. That was dirty.
Okay.
Like we said, the Eagles have been outgained through their first 5 games. Who was the last reigning champion to also be outgained through their first 5 games? And hint, they missed the playoffs that year.
Was it Denver?
Is it Modern?
Yeah, Modern.
Well, Denver missed the playoffs the following year.
Yeah, but they weren't outgained. I'm going to let you think this one out loud. You'll get it.
Didn't the Eagles also miss the playoffs after the Nick Foles?
Awesome.
No, they didn't miss it. No, they didn't.
Let's see. You said a reigning champion then missed the playoffs.
But they were outgained through the first 5 games that year.
The Ravens.
Now, think about a team that shouldn't have Super Bowls and have 2.
Buccaneers.
Because of one sibling of another sibling that also played quarterback.
The New York Giants, Eli Manning.
Yeah, the Giants. You got one. We'll get that one to you. Where's the ding, ding, ding? We'll get that one to you, man. We got to get your record up. Okay, moving along. Baseball. Our M's tied it up yesterday in dramatic fashion. Shout out to Jorge Polanco.
Way to go, Julio.
And Julio,
big hit Julio,
and the big dumper for bringing that big dumper from second to home on that. Yeah, bro.
Nice hit.
Get
on base
against the Cy Young Young winner for the American League. Dude is nasty. Played college in Seattle, and I don't know, maybe had too much friends and family there, and it was nice to see. It was good to see that series even up. I don't like that Game 3 is at 1 p.m. tomorrow. JD, your camera turned off. But JD, you wanted to talk
baseball. The baseball game. I was trying to see did the Phillies win or did the Dodgers come back?
You could have just asked one of us to do that, and not messed up the show. Hey, you wanted your baseball minute. What you got?
I just wanted to give the M's a little bit of love for their first playoff win in 24 years.
Man,
yeah,
24, baby.
24 years. Vladimir Guerrero
Jr. He hit the leather off the ball yesterday. Oh my! I've never seen a ball hit like that.
Man, that dude. Yeah, he wanted to get
Yankees
paid last year. But he wanted to get paid, and he got paid. And the Dodgers and Phillies are, two of the better teams. And looks like the Dodgers are they're up 2-0 already, in the best of 5 series. Shohei, pitched a great game. The Cubs, Brewers, that's one coach leaves one team to go to the other team, So, and we'll see what this Detroit and Mariners series brings us. But shout out to the M's getting their first playoff dub in almost 25 years. That's a long time, folks.
That's a long time. Junior, you got a baseball take? Las Vegas Athletics are not in it.
I got no baseball take here. Go Yankees, though.
Okay, man. Rooting for the underdog.
Bro, why did Patrick Mahomes throw a 99-yard pick six, though, today in the Monday Night Football game? So go Jaguars, too, bro.
What's the score?
21-14.
Did Travis Hunter
Jags
do it?
are up.
Was it Travis Hunter?
Nah, it's Devin Lloyd. I don't know who that is.
Didn't he go to UCLA?
I don't know.
Devin the dude. Basketball talk.
I think he might have looked it up.
Nobody really cares about the WNBA except for Junior. So, Junior, what's your take on the Aces? They were your studs of the week. You're predicting a sweep? Asia Wilson is her.
Yeah, I mean, I already predicted all that. We got. So all I'm gonna say is the commissioner drama follow up is just hilarious to watch. When Nafisa came out and canceled her meeting with the commissioner, and they're like, this is getting ugly, man. And we haven't even got into the actual CBA negotiations yet. This is gonna be popcorn material. As soon as the last finals game wraps up, it's gonna be a real offseason topic, and I'm here for it. JD, what are you gonna say?
Man, I hope that these young ladies got their fucking pennies and their finances in a row, because if the owners think they're just going to sit on this war chest of fucking money and not come to these players with, at least minimum salary being $500,000. You know what I'm saying? They're at the highest salary, what, $200K now?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good segue, though, because Cameron Brink
not coming with $1 million.
Got a 6-figure deal from the offseason 3-on-3 tournament. What's it called?
Unrivaled. Yeah, and that's
but all the players have stake in it. You know what I mean? So it means something. But if them, it's going to be big bank take little bank. But I believe if I'm the players, look, I hate to say this because they got the momentum of Caitlin, but they can get it back. But be prepared. No, don't play next year. Don't play next year.
Are you predicting a strike?
Yeah, a real holdout, because like I said, she said she should be happy she can make $16 million off the court because she's only making $78 here.
Yeah.
Like, who are you to tell me what type of money I'm supposed to be making, though, boo?
Yeah.
Now we pocket watching? When did the commissioner... But hold on, my last take is this. Okay. Remember, the commissioner is not their friend.
No.
She works for who?
Yeah, the owners. I know.
The owners. So let's remember that about Roger Goodell and Adam Silver.
And here's the thing.
The commissioners of these sporting leagues do not,
there's no friends in this. So
yeah, and I agree with you, JD. I think being prepared for a strike is real, or lockout, whatever the term is. I think is really on the table, and for no other reason than dog. So you're talking about the best players in the league. So Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, they might be making close to $200,000 a year, but even the third and fourth best players on teams, they might be. Cameron Brink is making $78,000 a year, and she's one of the most high-profile athletes to come into the WNBA, in recent years. What I'm saying is, these women can just go get a regular ass job for a year, and it's not like they losing money, man. They can go get a corporate job for a year. They're mostly all college educated because they go 4 years of school. They can go pick up a job and ride out for a 6-month period while they work out the CBA. So I'm with you, JD. They don't pay them enough for people to be missing paychecks like that. I mean, you can look at the other way of they're going to miss that. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, it's kind of like the NBA in the 80s. Yeah, you just go get a regular human job and get the same amount of money. Yeah,
and so that's why the strike or lockout, that's really on the table, JD. So I feel you. I agree with that. And shout out Cameron Brink, Beaverton, Oregon. Oregon pride. All right.
Yeah. Shout out OSAA. And I was curious what the WNBA commissioner makes, because that would be very patronizing of her to say, "Oh, be happy with your little pennies."
What does she make?
It's not reported, but there's theories that it's between 3 to 5 million, which seems high.
Wow, that seems high, but commissioners do be making money. I mean, Roger Goodell makes $10 million a year or something like that, right?
Oh, plus. Roger Goodell's making like 50, I thought.
Okay. Well then, yeah. So
Google that.
I know.
Google that real quick.
That's not
ChatGPT that.
That's not comparable because it's the NFL. It's the highest, sport league, and they don't
and the WNBA doesn't make profit.
Yeah. Well, whatever, bro.
I was just waiting for that. Okay. Hey, let's wrap it up. We got our NBA preview show next week dedicated to the greatest league on earth. Right now, our hypothetical for the week, if you could take one athlete from our childhood and put him in this era of sports, who would it be?
I got two, and it's, can you imagine Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson, like a real heavyweight champion.
Who would he have to fight, bro? He ain't got nobody to fight in this era.
I don't care. Mike Tyson, all we ever wanted to do was play Tyson Punch-Out as a kid. And the guy had a video game. You're a different status. Baseball. You're a different status when you got a video game. You got John Madden, you got Kobe Bryant basketball. I'm no offense to Michael Jordan.
Tony Hawk.
There was never no Michael Jordan basketball.
There was Michael Jordan versus Larry Bird, bro, or Michael Jordan versus Magic or something. He had a game. He had a game at one time.
Yeah, and they had Blazers versus Bulls.
Gretzky hockey. Yeah. It was Bulls versus Blazers on the. But I'm just saying.
But Mike didn't sell out though. Mike, he was never in video games. I don't know what his deal was, but
no, they couldn't. They couldn't. It was just all money. It was he thought he should make way more than what the players were making. That's why he finally got in 2K, because 2K cut the check. I don't know, 5 years ago, or whatever, when they did that. But okay, JD, who else you got?
He's not glazed on 2K either.
Yeah.
JD, who's your other one?
My other one, Penny Hardaway.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but if his knees still betray him, though, it doesn't matter, man.
We're talking prime.
Sure, we can say that.
Okay.
I'm just saying a 95, 90. The dude, he was giving Jordan and him the business, and he's only 22 years old.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. There's an equalizer because
good.
But 6-7 point guards aren't rare right now. They were rare then. But Lonzo Ball, Michael Carter Williams, these guys are all 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah, Penny also couldn't shoot.
And he wasn't a shooter.
He was he was a career 30%, 32% 3-point shooter. So I'm not. There was no bigger fan of Penny Hardaway than me when I was a kid, bro.
You just said from the childhood. Because I'm not going to the 80s. Yeah. I don't know these niggas from the 80s.
Yeah. Okay.
Penny is prime, where we had full viewing capacity watching him and the Rockets play in the NBA Finals,
Hey, so you were going the same direction I was. And speaking of the Rockets, I would say Steve Francis. Not as much as when we were kids. He was like when he came out of Maryland, I think it was 99, 98, 99. But he was ahead of his time. And the crossover, the shake, the bounce, and he had a jumper, more mid-range than anything. And then my second one, do you guys remember Chris Jackson, a.k.a. Mahmoud Abdul Rauf? That dude was a bucket for the Nuggets and at LSU.
Yeah.
He would go off in today's NBA. He would fit in very well. Undersized 2-guard, combo guard, whatever you want to call him. Maybe a little mini Kyrie.
And he could shoot, man. He had a 3-pointer. Like he didn't just have a mid-range. He had a 3-pointer. So mine, I actually, when you put this on the rundown, it made me think of I listened to Andre Miller, a snippet from Andre Miller doing a podcast this week, and they was talking about, because Andre Miller, right? He went to Utah, okay. And he was talking about apparently his guy. Talking about, I don't know, he was talking about his guy though, Keith Van Horn, bro. And like Keith Van Horn had a good career, but small forward, like shooter, he would have thrived in today's game. And he was still like a career 16-point per game guy, but he could have been like a 20, 24 point per game guy playing nowadays, especially surrounded by good like point guard play. But he was different, bro.
Stretch fours.
Junior Chris and I talked about him
Perkins
the other day.
Or Roy Rogers.
Yeah.
You guys remember when we were on the phone and we were talking about exactly what Junior brought up? When I was in Seattle, we talked about the Keith Van Horn because, he's part of the Tim Duncan draft class with Tim Thomas and them.
Yeah, that was his only teammate when they went to the Final Four. They didn't really have any other. Or no, he wasn't one of the teammates. It was just Doliak.
No, Michael Doliak was the other teammate. OSAA Central Catholic Clone.
Yep.
Shout out. Yep. All right, my dudes, I will see you here next week. Same time, same place, different topic, NBA preview. Be good.